So, tomorrow is February the 18th, 2020, and I am doing something so huge. Let me clear my throat. And monumental to me. May not be for anybody else, and they may, think I'm being overly dramatic, which I'm okay with that. But I made a decision. And this decision was not done haphazardly, not by a long shot. For the simple reason is that I have been saying I was going to do this since I was like 19, 20, right? And it's heavily documented. So when people be like, oh, you did it because of this, and oh, you did it because of that, I'll be like, no, I did it because I wanted to. You understand? So I am going to ta-ta-da-da. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, hello, YouTubers. This is Tea, where we sip tea and we do not spill it. Because we are classy and we are about growth and maturity and spirituality and wholeness and individualism, but collected, So, yes, we do not. Absolutely do not spill tea. Okay, in the privacy of our own homes, yes, we do. But that's when you're amongst your confidants. But for the most part, no, we don't. Everybody like a little juicy gossip. Even if I'm not talking about like personally about somebody, even if it's about a soap opera or a reality TV, we all have that curious nature. What we hope is that it's not to the detriment of ourselves, But anyway, I am doing this huge thing, and I am like so excited, and I'm like taking it like so serious, and it is though, and it's like an accumulation of just the past, I'll say, 30 years? So if I was like 19, 20, I'd say 25 years. Oh my goodness. About 30 years. Okay, about 30. No, let me think. Probably about 10, about 15. About 15 years, consciously thinking about it. And threatening. All that. So, and now I'm finally committed. But along with it, it's coming at such a point in time in my life during and throughout this spiritual journey that I'm releasing. And along with what I'm doing, I am releasing a whole lot of other stuff as well. And I feel like I want to do it today. So when tomorrow starts, it's literally a brand new start. I think I need to do that. I need to do it. It's sitting on my heart right now. Like I'm getting butterflies. So to me, that's my knowing. When I start feeling that energy pulsing through, I'm learning how to distinguish between it being fear and when it's just pure joy and excitement. Because for the majority of my life, I've been operating on both of them and not distinguishing between, which is funny because I just thought of that. Because in my 20s, I was still probably fearful, but I was more excited. And somewhere along the line, they got blurred. And then it crossed all the way over into fear. And that was probably after, everything started happening. And I'm not talking about now. Now, I can't say I'm breezing through it, but I'm doing a whole lot better than I did the last two times. So last two times was not knowing, which is why I want people to know. Like, that's been me my whole life. I want people to know. And I don't want to charge for it, but I will. because that's my passion. And I love it. I love it. And the crazy part about it is that I've been giving it away for free my entire life to the people around me, the people I met, and all that stuff. But, you know, it wasn't received until I started meeting people that were like me. And we feed off of each other. And they give me ideas. I give them ideas. There's no judgment, you know. We state our opinions. Oh, I do that. Oh, no, I don't do that. And it's no judgment in it. It's not, you know, a conviction when another person says, oh, you do that, but I don't do it. I don't do it that way. It's just sharing ideas, because sometimes you may be like, oh, okay, well, I may need to try it that way. Or if it's something that you just steadfast on and no, you're not, you just stated an opinion. When did that become conviction? Why can't we? It's weird. Anyway, I just went all off on a tangent, which I tend to do. But yes, so I will let you guys know tomorrow what I have done. It's pretty awesome too. I'm like really excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm sitting in this Atlanta traffic. This beautiful city. Oh well. Yesterday I had a shadow moment though. I did. I have them periodically. And I'm assuming, you know, a lot of it needs to. And of course this is Mercury retrograde. So, and I'm allowing it though. Whatever comes up, comes out. And I deal with it accordingly. However that may mean. I've learned to go within. If it's something heavy, I definitely learn to go within so I don't act out of emotion, because I'm a very emotional person and I have accepted that. I didn't know. I was laughing in my I just had a thought, because I just beat people up when I was young, but most of the time it was boys, so I didn't care. I really didn't, because they always thought they was tough anyway. And because I was a girl. But little did they know. And I enjoyed showing them. Every now and then it was a girl. Most likely because she bothered my brother or something like that. But yeah. Tomorrow is definitely a big day all around for me. I am releasing and running into the next phase of my life, all in the same day, same breath, same everything, you know? That is definitely a little scary, fearful, because that also means that I'm ready to release and allow God to maneuver and guide me and wait and trust my intuition, which I'm still learning how to do that. So I'm hoping. No, I'm not hoping. I'm knowing. Because I know what I have to do. And I'm capable of doing it. I've done it. I've been doing it. So it's just a matter of wanting to sit with the emotions, you know? That's the part that people run from. Because when you have to sit with emotions that hurt your heart, it's like you literally want someone to just cut that shit out and lay it on the table. Or do some surgery on it or some shit. And then give it to you. Like you're so removed from the pain. But what I'm recognizing is that pain, it seems to be necessary. I'm thinking, why did we not want to pick another life? You know? But I'm talking about other than human form. But I'm assuming, you know, if I'm understanding things a little, is that there's no other place in this galaxy like Earth where you can experience the array of emotions from both ends of the spectrum, pendulum, whatever you want to say, you know. the duality of it. But what I'm recognizing is that, and what I just realized, thank you for the inspiration, is that the reason why there's no place like it on earth is because when you come into this world, depending on your perception and how you were raised, you will look at all things as if it's your heaven, and you will look at all things as if it is your hell. That's how I'm perceiving it. Now, at some point during this soul's journey, you are going to come across a hardship. No matter your station in life. It does not matter your station in life. And I must repeat, it doesn't matter. We are all going to experience the same exact situation, scenarios. It may be different people, places, and circumstances, but we're all going to have to go through that journey. You're going to have to. But then you realize if you make it through, and I say if because some people don't go through. They don't want to. They stay fixated on their false reality because the pain is so deep. And I fucking know. And I'm going to say a curse word because that's how strong I know. I'm still experiencing them, except for I have knowledge. And as I'm talking, I see PDC 4444. Foundation, babes. And it's a Rogue Nissan, but it's black. Hi. Hey. But I know we're going to have to go through it. But the thing about it is so whatever you considered to be your heaven or hell when you hear and you're going through your journey, and you go through that period of the dark night of the soul and you're doing shadow work because your reality comes crumbling down, whatever that reality is. I don't care if you're a billionaire and you find out that the prince ain't your goddamn daddy, that it's really your Uncle Hester or some shit. I don't know, whatever your reality is, it's going to come to a halt because it is not who you are on no level. Whether you are a prostitute, it doesn't matter whether you went to college and became a doctor, but that's never been where your passion lies, unless you came in and you knew what your passion was and you followed it. Not saying that's not possible, so I don't need want people second guessing. If you'll know. I've known my whole life that corporate America was not where I wanted to be once I was in it. I knew, but I was also attracted to the money because I like to live. No one told me I can do they tell you, but they don't give you the steps. They don't tell you how to get there. Follow your dreams. And when you're doing something you love, it's never work. But they didn't ever tell you how to bring that shit. Not in my circle. Maybe y'all circle, but no. And I knew what the fuck I like. I could tell you. My likes have not changed. They may have altered a little bit, but I still enjoy the same simplistic things I did when I was a kid. So it was always there. But I understand now. None of what I wanted would have come to fruition if I had not done the work. And it was painful, but I had gone too far deep into the pain to turn back. And I liken that to a dark tunnel, Sometimes when you've gone so far, you right smack dab in the middle and you look back and it's far. But when you look forward, it's still equally as far. But guess what? On the other end, there's a light. When you look back, that shit dark as hell. Ain't no light. Ain't no light at all. Ain't no light. That shit dark. You can't even see in front of you. Ain't no stars shining. Ain't no glint or nothing. It is dark. You can't even see your hand in front of you. Even when it's inches and centimeters away from your face. That's how dark it is going to get. Depending, let me just say this, because to me, when you're doing your spiritual work, you come face to face with yourself. You not only come face to face with that reality is not what you thought, people are not who they say they were, things are not as they appear. All this whole, the curtain comes down. It was like, what? 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 Nah, get the hell out of here. Then you crying and shit, all in between these emotions. And you like, this can't be real. I mean, I swear I thought I was in a Twilight Zone when I was in the thick of it, before I was known, before I was knowing. I just couldn't believe people switch up that quick. I'm talking about switch up. I'm not even talking about with their actions. I'm talking about, yeah, with their actions. Like, they just start showing you how they really feel. Like, that's so weird to me. Because I'm thinking, and, you know, how could you not? How could you not? How could you not? I can't sit on shit. So if you've irritated me, if I felt something, I'm telling you. But, you know, and it's a cycle though. It was just the people I just never would have imagined. I knew it was coming because I knew people were fake and phony. I knew that. I knew that my whole life. But then there were some things that came about that were not completely true. And maybe I'm not going to say misinterpreted them, but maybe I took them to the extreme. I don't know. Depending on how I perceived it. But the way I perceived it, I understand what people were saying. Anyway, see how I just get to talking? Stop the world. Go ahead, girl. Pretty on fleek. Pretty on fleek. Ah! I'm sitting here doing a YouTube video and that song came right on time. You taking that pipe. Yes, Daddy, I know. Ah! You have a good day. Yo, I love when people are just themselves and just enjoy this life. And once I come through to the other side and not literally release, I've been struggling with releasing because I'm like, I released. Yes. And then you be like, and then you're like, I released. That has literally been my life for the past like 20 years. So tomorrow I am literally letting all that go. It is 5:21 p.m. It is still trying to make some money. And ain't nobody biting. I've been talking all this time. 17 minutes, 52 seconds. 17 minutes, 52 seconds. And no one said anything yet. But that's okay. I'm out here until it gets done. I'm making changes. And I know it may make my life a little harder in the beginning. It may frustrate me. But I know this is the best thing. Because I really don't want anything like physically tying me to that life, to that dimension, to that egocentric, decision making in fear. I don't want no reminders. I really don't. I've cleaned out everything. I went through boxes that I have in my sister's garage, downsized, 2 boxes thrown away. I gave a whole lot of shit away. I'm gonna take a second look and just see if I can throw some more stuff away. Because when I move, I want it to be who I am now. I don't want no reminders of that life. I already have the memories, but I don't need a constant reminder. And knowing how energy works now and understanding it a little bit better, even if I can sage the hell out of everything, I could sage it. I could pray over it. I can call in the ancestors and everybody else. But it doesn't make no difference with my subconscious, even if I don't recognize, which I know I will, because I'm noticing a lot now. But I would subconsciously remember how, when, where, why when I look at it. And I don't need my subconscious doing anything else but what it needs to do. And I'm in the process of reprogram now. So I don't need to be counteractive against myself. So everything got to go. Figuratively and physically, if I can muster it. I'm not talking about people. I'm not talking about places, because I'm not going to not go. I'm not going to stop talking to people. You know, my interactions change a bit, but I'm not, you know, I've learned that I did that already. I left. I removed my whole entire being from you, from the whole state. I'm not running anymore. So I'm standing 10 toes down like I always have. I just don't like conflict, and I hated dealing with those emotions, but I'm processing shit. What am I doing with my thing? It's becoming easier and easier because I understand better. I understand the connectedness of it all. Of it all. Plants, animals, and humans. I understand it. And I'm still working through. Oh, I'm definitely not perfect. Whew. If you could hear me, I sometimes nut up, and some of the people still around me. But I understand. And now I recognize that it really isn't a bad idea to just be like, give me a second. I ain't got to respond right then and there. Who's to say I got to respond right then and there? Especially knowing me. So I try. And I've been succeeding, so as long as I see growth in myself, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks or sees. And this has changed my life, so I know I still got family members that be like, oh, it's witchcraft, and it's okay, well, whatever you say. I'm not even in the headspace to even argue with you and try and convince you. I tried to convince people for 20 some odd years and gave props and everything, and it didn't work. So when you are contrary, it's like, okay, unless it's valuable, that maybe, you know, I need to, but to try and convince you of something, no. We can have a discussion, but I'm not trying to convince nobody of nothing. If I say it and it don't pull you towards me like TD Jake said, then it's not for you, and I'm okay with that. I didn't used to be, but I'm okay with that. Okay with that part. So we'll see. It's coming along, but yeah, I had a little moment, but that was just something old coming up, in not in a new form, but in a form nonetheless that I did not particularly, you know, kind of hurt my feelings. So I let it out, and I understood it. I wasn't judgmental because they are a child, but it just lets me know how serious generational curses and programming actually works, because I'm seeing it in action. I watched it. I watched a child go from pure to tainted with the programming, and it's intense programming. God, allow me to allow my children to be free and still protect them, because that is crazy. How do you gotta allow them to just develop, and don't put your societal or your own pressures on them. Gosh. And I said, oh my gosh, and I asked God. That's why I know I'm gonna have my babies. I know it. I asked God if there is any, and I didn't even know what I was asking him to protect me and my child from, because all I saw was the surface stuff, just my mom hurting my feelings, not even understanding, you know, the deep rooted issues behind it. So it's like, now I'm looking through it with my spiritual eyes. It's like, wow. I see things differently, which brings understanding. It did change my perception. My higher self sees it now, and not the hurt child, which is weird to even say, but I know it to be true. I lived it. I think that's why I'm still resistant, because I know it to be true. I know it in my heart, but it's like, wow. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll know tomorrow. I'm going to meditate tonight, though. Okay, let me see why I'm not making no money. Like, where's everybody at? Okay, we shall see. Well, happy, just breathing day. Shit, we don't need a reason. Just happy breathing day. If you watching this video and you listening to this video, happy freaking breathing day. You breathing? Great. Be happy about it. And that is all. And that is all. And so shall it be. Have an awesome day, darlings.